Hello and welcome to another video. We are in a great big field and today I'm going to show you one bushcraft skill that absolutely anybody can do. The skill I'm going to show you today is how to take something as humble as dead dried grass and turn it into a piece of rope. When you're looking for grass to weave into rope or cordage, you want to try and avoid this really tough stuff here, really tough hollow stem, things like that. So you're actually interested in things like this. And it doesn't matter the species of grass you use. You can use things like cleavers as well, as long as they're not too woody. But you're looking for this really fine, almost kind of curly material. So another thing that you want to be mindful of is you want to try and avoid the stuff that's still green. Now a lot of this is not actually dead, like some of this is still alive, it's just a little bit tired, looking a bit sorry for itself because it's the winter. But it also doesn't matter if the stuff is damp, because actually if it's damp it makes it a lot more pliable and easier to twist. So this stuff is really good if you pick out the green stuff. This stuff is perfect. So I have already done a video on my channel where I demonstrate stinging nettle cordage. This is pretty much the same process, only all your fibres are already provided for you by the landscape and you haven't actually had to work to extract the fibres. So if you've not seen that video, go and check it out. It just might help you to grasp this concept if this video by itself isn't quite enough. Okay, so once you have collected a nice variety of materials, the next step is to put those down somewhere where you're not going to lose them and find somewhere to sit. Okay, so you found your nice place to sit, you've got some material. So what we're going to do is take a little handful of material in the rest up, and we're going to do something called a 2-ply reverse wrap. And how you start that is by getting yourself all nice and organised. And then you're going to take the material and you're going to put a twist in it. So you're going to twist and twist and twist as tight as you can possibly get it, until it eventually wants to kink in on itself like that. And once you get to this point, you then want to hold on to that and basically encourage that twist. And you're going to do that by taking each strand and twisting it away from you, and then folding it over and bringing it towards you. And it looks a little bit messy because the grass is not as tidy as the nettle cordage, but it will all make sense in a moment. So again, grab hold of the end, twist it really tight and pass it towards you. Twist it away from you and pass it towards you. So you do that for a little bit and you'll end up with something that looks a bit like this. So you can see we're starting to get the pattern that you would get off of a length of rope. And you can take a knife, you can tidy all of this up afterwards, but as long as you've got that equal spiral, you're pretty much there. So you'll eventually get to a point where you'll start to run out of material, and one end will end up, maybe shorter than the other, and you'll need to add some more material in so that you can actually continue with your process again. So you've got your 2 strands here, you're going to get your new material, lay it over the top, integrate it in nicely, and then you're just going to carry on, twist it in and bring it towards you, twist it in and bring it towards you, and you'll notice that the material just integrates itself, and then you can carry on. So there are 2 really important things when you do this, when you make any type of cordage really. The first one is to make sure that your bundles of fibres are as equally sized as reasonably possible, and the second thing is to make sure that when you're actually twisting, you maintain the tension at all times. So you'll see I'm actually pinching these with my finger and thumb when I release them so I don't lose the tension. And the reason you do those two things is to ensure that you get the combined strength from all of the fibres. Otherwise you'll end up with areas that are loose, you'll end up with areas where the twist is larger and then smaller, that creates weakness, and in the worst case scenario you'll end up with one length of fibres with the other one just spiralling around it, and that's not right. So you can avoid that by just being persistent with it. Okay, so once your rope or cordage is at the desired length and thickness, I think that will do. I'll just show you how to finish it off. Now, there are two ways that I finish any kind of cordage project. The first one is I literally just go like that and I just tie a knot in it. But the second way is where you actually take the ends and you fold them in on themselves just to tidy them up a little bit. Make sure that they are perfectly equal. And then you actually just continue until eventually you reach the end and you can't spin anymore. And as long as you've maintained the tension, you should actually be able to let go of it and it will hold itself together. So I'll just show you that again. You just keep spinning, make sure that you maintain that tension all the way to the folded end. There's some stragglers there, but that's okay. All the way to the folded end. And as long as your tension is good, it will hold itself together. So there's the end there. Okay, so that's our little section of rope. Obviously you can make as much as you want as material as you can gather. So the last but not least thing, I don't really mind if it's a little bit frayed or bedraggled, but if you want to tidy it up, you can just take a knife, get some clippers, and you can just cut off the straggly bits. This was a gift from a friend of mine, so if you're watching this, thank you very much. But yeah, I don't really mind if it's got loose bits poking out of it, but if you like it to be neat and tidy, you can just tidy all of those up. So if you have seen the nettle cordage video, you probably noticed that for that you can work with nettle fibres in two different ways. You can work with them sort of green straight away, or you can dry them out and then rehydrate them to spin them, which is my preferred method. Obviously this stuff, because it is so humid and so cool and there's such a high moisture content everywhere, like if you look at the grass, it is literally wet to the touch. So I'll just show you right now. There's so much moisture everywhere, but there is absolutely no need to add any moisture to this at all. And that's why doing this on a kind of cool, damp winter afternoon is really the best time to do this, because you can just pick the materials up and work with them straight away. Okay, well, no point in me showing you how to make something if I'm not going to put it to the test. We're going to take a little walk and see what we can do with it. Just walking around, there's so many different types of material. This stuff is hollow and it's a lot, like, it's too brittle to make into cordage. But this is the kind of stuff that you would bunch together and use to perhaps weave a mat from. But maybe that's a project for another video. So there you have it, a quick tutorial on how to make rope or cordage from grass, which is a bushcraft skill that anybody can do and absolutely everybody should know. If you like what you see and would like to see more videos from me, be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, etc, etc, and let me know in the comments section if there are any other bushcraft skills that you'd like to see me demonstrate. I definitely think I could show how to weave mats from grass, something like that. Maybe some blackberry vine cordage as well. Just let me know what you'd like to see. I'm gonna get this out of the tree. I'll see you in the woods.